Let's read Outer Space by Kenneth Walsh. Twinkle, 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 little star. Do you know just where you are? If you are a star, you are somewhere in outer space. What is outer space? It is everything far into the sky? Yes, outer space is the huge space that holds everything there is beyond Earth, from the smallest speck to the largest galaxy. Universe is a word for everything in space, including Earth. Outer space is huge. It is so big that it has not stopped growing. We cannot reach the edge of space because the ends keep growing outward. Imagine if you never stopped growing. When we think of outer space, we usually think of everything into the sky and beyond. We think of galaxies, stars, and comets. We think of planets and the sun. All of these things are part of outer space. Astronomers, scientists who observe and study outer space and everything in it, are called astronomers. Galaxies. Galaxies are made of groups of stars, gas, and dust that are held together by gravity. There are billions of galaxies in outer space. Earth is part of the Milky Way galaxy. Gravity is a natural force that pulls objects toward each other. The Spitzer Space Telescope. How do we learn about outer space? One way is to look through powerful telescopes like the Spitzer Space Telescope. The Spitzer is actually a satellite orbiting in space, taking pictures for us. Here's one of the photos it has taken. Millions and billions. There are millions of stars in some galaxies and billions of stars in others. There are more than 100 billion stars in the Milky Way. It would take 3,000 years to count them. The Milky Way. Why is it called the Milky Way? Ancient Greeks thought it looked like a road made of milk. In fact, our word galaxy comes from gala, the Greek word for milk. The Milky Way looks like a giant blue pinwheel with a yellow center. The oldest stars are in the center. Younger stars are in the pinwheel arms. Our sun and planet Earth are there. The Milky Way spins like a pinwheel, too. All the stars spin fast around the center. Stars. Outer space is filled with stars, and new stars are forming all the time. Stars are big balls of gas that give off heat and light. Young stars are bright blue. Older stars are yellow, orange, and red. Stars change slowly over time. They can live for billions of years. It may look as though all the stars are close together in space, but they are not. There is so much space, it takes light 100,000 years just to travel across our galaxy, the Milky Way. So each star has plenty of room. Black holes. When gravity makes a very large star collapse into itself, we call it a black hole. Black holes have strong gravity. Anything that is close will get pulled into it and never get out. Even light cannot escape. Our sun is the closest star to Earth. It is 93 million miles away. The graph shows the stars closest to Earth. The sun. Did you know that our sun is a bright yellow star? It gives us light and warmth. Among many other stars, the sun spins in the Milky Way. It moves 140 miles each second. How fast is that? The fastest cars can move only one tiny part of a mile each second. A speeding bullet. Our sun moves 300 times faster than a speeding bullet. Earth is moving faster on the sun too, but we do not feel it. It is like when you are in a car driving at a fast speed. Although the car is moving quickly, inside the car it may feel as if you are not moving at all. Asteroids, comets, and meteors. Asteroids are oddly shaped rocks or piles of gravel. They orbit the sun like planets do. Millions of asteroids orbit together in the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. Others orbit closer to Earth and sometimes smash into it. To orbit is to move in a circular path around an object. Comets look like bright balls with long tails. They are made of frozen gases and dust. When a comet nears the sun, its outer layers become a vapor trail. Meteors are stones that fall from space toward Earth. Most of the time, they are parts of comets or asteroids. They usually burn up on their way to Earth. If they reach Earth, we call them meteorites. Vapor is the gas form of something. Instead of its liquid or solid state, vapor can be created because of a heat. A comet's vapor tail is formed because heat from the sun turns it into vapor. How long? A comet's tail is millions and millions of miles long. Who knew? 2,500 years ago, a Greek man named Anaxagoras found a rock that he believed came from the sky instead of Earth. He was the first person we knew to figure out that meteors can come from space. Planets. Planets are large bodies in space that orbit a star. They have no light of their own. They get light from the star. Earth is one of 9 planets orbiting our sun. But there are more planets in outer space. They are too far away for us to visit now. We do not know much about them, as we might if we could visit them. Other planets. In 1991, astronomers first saw planets that orbit stars other than our sun. They used special telescopes to see them. Is Pluto a planet? Some astronomers think that it is a mistake to call Pluto a planet. It may be a comet. People in outer space. People have changed space by sending things into it. We have sent satellites and space stations into orbit. We have flown rockets to the moon. We've even sent probes into deep, deep space to take pictures of things. Satellites are objects in space that orbit other larger objects. Maybe one day we will fly out of our solar system. Maybe we will travel to other galaxies. Long ago, people never imagined traveling into space, but today we can. Who knows how far we will go in the future?